Welcome to the whole mess principle. We're going to talk about the mess. I really had great expectations for my chat about this quarter moon. It's the justice phase of this cardinal cycle. We've got an Aries sun and a Capricorn moon. I've been watching this moon in its perfect quarter. I watched it grow from having a little belly to now it's a little concave. And I'm asking it, please help me talk about what I want to talk about. Immediately, what came into my head was a conversation between the crone, which would be Capricorn being the elder feminine sign. It's a sea goat, a goat with a mermaid's tail. It is a feminine sign. A conversation between this crone great-grandmother figure and a young man, like a 12-year-old, like her grandson, essentially. And it's not coming together because there's something that I really hate about the way art works with the modern world. We have so many pieces of literature. We have works of art that people are celebrated for. But it's like they just create enormous expectation that can't be met by reality. So it leads to disappointment. I actually woke up this morning with this is from Mad TV. I don't know when this was on the air. I am an 84 Pluto and Scorpio generation millennial. And I don't know where this falls on the timeline, but lowered expectations. More specifically, lowered expectations. Life is very humble. But our minds and our hearts are full of magic. Like the magic that becomes fascist when it wishes to force itself too much upon this humble earth. It starts to eat your brains because, like, it is literally the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. Because all that is good, all that you conceive of as virtue and something to aspire to, somebody has tried to apply it in the world in an overbearing way and has become a tyrant. So all that is good has become the evil, the height of evil even. We are in the age of Aquarius, which is the downfall of leaders. Realizing, okay, instead of a dating show, it's electing the president or celebrating the coronation of the king. Lowered expectations. these people are not going to do what you think they're going to do, just like lovers are not going to. I mean, I'm guilty of all the romantasy stuff, but from a long time ago mostly. Basically, this whole early 20s era of my life is under extreme examination right now. And I was love addicted. I was more so, okay, I was sloppy, that's for sure. But as a young woman that has been diagnosed as bipolar 1, I just have to say, like, none of my sexual behavior has ever been hypersexuality. It's been completely normal sexuality that is, for a woman, trying to operate in a world that still doesn't fucking understand women. What the fuck? We don't understand half of the fucking population? And lower your expectation of any woman being not angry about something. Women are angry, and it's not too far beneath the surface. It comes out the instant. So most women have had to cobble together a very fragile ego structure, something to survive. And that ego structure is what is so sensitive. That's the thing that hurts so much. And when it gets poked, or, when someone sees it for what it is, that's when it hurts the most. And that's why I fail at female relationships, because I'm here to remove those fragile ego structures. I want to be gentle, but it's almost a rip the Band-Aid off situation. Like, that's the most merciful thing any of us can do. Like, just tell the fucking truth. Tell it as quick as possible, as bluntly as possible, and just get those false ego structure pieces to fall off or get shook off. Shake the baby. Oh dear. Instead of being full of wonder as children are, we are just allowing ourselves to be infantilized. And the shame that is placed upon anger, which has a function, is part of that infantilization. It's all about soothing the parent's comfort instead of understanding the emotions of the child. So whether you pacify the child or punish the child, it's all about the parent. It's not about understanding the being that all of us are. We need to shift our focus to the human and our locus to the inner. And as we do that, stuff out here is going to look worse temporarily, until we gain our health back, until we start creating a world out here that is actually in alignment with what we are in here. Because we're all suffering carrying burdens that we can't even define. We're just pack animals serving the dollar bill. So, for the next 5 years, less is more, less is most, less is everything. Make less money, spend less money, have less relationship with anything other than your own inner complexes. Anything that you are blaming the rest of the world for, figure out where that's coming from within you. Why am I talking about all of this? I wanted to see just naturally where I ended up in this conversation, because I've already sat down and tried to make this video so many times, because this beautiful conversation between like a great godmother figure, like all the grandmothers and mothers and women of this young man's genetic line gathering in like a Lion King style, like appearing in the sky with a wise thing to say. Like they are there, and this young man is here, and they have something to say to him, but they cannot get through to him. Like, literally, I am trying to serve as a channel for this conversation, and they cannot get through to him in the current culture. Nobody is not nobody, but people are not self-mastered enough. And there's enormous lack of self-control. It's like every citizen of the United States is a child of a spoiled king, and we just expect all our needs and wants to be met. And we've long forgotten our essential nature. And we each need to purify our intentions, our outlook on life. And this thing, the castle that I keep talking about, it occurred to me that this is far too patriarchal an image, and it's not actually a castle. It's not a defense. It's a well. You need to retreat to find your well, the well of living waters. And the brick wall is just to shelter the water and create a mechanism for retrieving the water. And this is a water that never runs dry, but it has to be maintained, and you can't let people cannot even drink from your well if they don't have the right kind of thirst. Modern relationships are they're just not. They don't come from this well. They don't come from a sacred space. People are not heart-led in their interactions, and the deal about Aquarius is that it is humanitarian, but it does not like people. That's a problem. It's full of idealism. I'm serious. I am Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I feel, especially, maybe Sagittarius too, are subject to so much further definition as we evolve. Because I can't just educate myself about these energies, because certain ideas are going to fall out of resonance as we evolve. And the zodiac was created by us as we evolved. There are further revelations to be had about what the signs all mean as we live into their fuller expression. And the most mature signs of the zodiac have not reached maturity in us, so we don't know what they are yet. But the Aquarian humanitarian urge cannot survive if it doesn't learn its counterpart, Leo, to love the individual and love this show-off heart and love to let people shine. The child, the fifth house in Leo signify children, romance, playfulness, children, creativity. It's a fire sign. Aquarius is an air sign. And air is a little colder, a little more like metal. I feel like, for one thing, yes, Aquarius and Leo are not quite meeting, and they need to meet in the middle. And then we have, I haven't even really talked about Capricorn and Aries, aside from the crone and, let's say, the future king. Let's say this young man knows he is to be king. In the context of this modern world, what does that look like? How do you raise a king instead of what's been happening, which is pop culture slowly infusing all these messages of like young king, like there's still the connotation of just getting lots of women makes you a king, getting lots of money. And psychically, what is true about that is that for the masculine, the variety in feminine, at first it is experienced through literally different women, and his ego is built through experiences with many different women. And if you look at this as a lifetime thing, like this is over lifetimes, all right? So in that regard, there's no such thing as purity sexually. There actually just is no such thing as purity as it relates to sexuality, except from a standpoint of understanding. You can understand sexual energy as a pure thing and respect it and live up to the true expectations of source, God, whatever. That is what sexual purity means. But source, God, whatever includes all of the experience that leads up to the understanding of what the pure perspective is. So, men and women, all people, go through all of the mud before the lotus blooms, the realization. So for a man, well, no, for both men and women, we need to understand that we are desired and desirable. That's where all of this, what is going on in the world today? So much about players and basically the love of power has overcome the power of love in our dating scene. And people have to feel their power before they can feel love. When you are disempowered, you don't have the strength or courage to express love. So you have to build up your ego. As a, let's say, instead of a shell trying to cover up what's real, because what's real gets rejected, let's view the ego as like a filter, a purifier. Like it needs to keep things out well, but it needs to be able to let things in. It's skin, I guess. Your ego needs to be as thin as skin, as porous and as protective. Nothing else is coming to me. Most of my life I am overly inspired. It's hard because, this Delulu stuff about love is what has guided me the whole time. It's not that any of it is delusional. It's that we are beings of imagination. We throw an image out in front of us and we step into it. That is what it means to be human and a creator being. It's what you are as a human. And I think we're just going through some cocky adolescent period. And some of us are just sitting here ready to graduate. Everything's wrapped up for us, but we have to wait on the rest of the glass. And whatever time period that you live in, you're not going to escape its context. You, as the name on your birth certificate and the lifespan that you are granted, it's going to be too small for what your soul is, period. So you don't have to try to live up to any huge expectation. You're living one life out of the everlasting lives. Or I don't know, I guess that's when the everlasting really begins, when you lose all the stress, all the pressure of trying to appear grown up or just whatever it is that somebody else thinks you need to be. Just lose all the pressure. Follow your own guiding light. I want to find something more between the grandson and the great godmother in the sky. Because being a good man is about more than being a good boy. I think, and being a woman is about more than being a good girl. And you just have to feel your way into that and understand shadow and light as, look at a human being. If you were to draw my face right now, you'd have to shade in a bunch of things. We are shaded. We have shade because we are 3D. We cast shadow. That's what makes us beautiful and gives us dimension. If you see anything that is negative about yourself, or just that you're working through and that you can't be good at yet, it is so humbling to be in the learning process that people don't want to learn anything. They want to find what makes them money and it makes them feel they're in control. And I get that. I think that's why I like the steering wheel so much. I just want to drive. It is my absolute illusion of control and protection. My little Cancer moon loves, I am a hermit crab. I feel so naked and insensitive and raw. I need my little shells. I need my car. I need my house. When I'm just out there in the world, I get crushed very fast. In the world as it is, the one that really is not safe, even if it's physically safe, it is not psychically safe. And obsession over physical security is creating a lot of the psychic insecurity. We have a lot of things to connect here, to realize. And I think the crone is dropping a little red string from a tin can to this young man, but he has yet to pick it up because I am not getting anything else.